Good morning, Wiser Nation. Good morning, Saratu. Hallelujah, Lacey, blessing. Good morning. What a beautiful day it is this 5th of December. Just like last year. In fact, this just keeps bringing back memories. Like, I remember how fast it seemed to run last year. It was like, we're already on day 5, right? Golden, love, good to see you. Zamaka, how are you today? Cephas, good morning, my family. Good morning, Ebere, Theresa. So glad that you all could make it. Pearl's Eye View, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're on day 5. Good morning, Denise, Joyce. We're on day 5, and we are grateful that we are on day 5. Hi, Oyeka, Komolafe, Kayode, Golden, Chinwe. I'm so happy to see you all today. Uchenna, thank you all for being here. It's a wonderful Sunday. I know many of us are still going to either go to church physically or link up online, but we made it. Thank you, Madam Chinyere Obiobasi, Bomea. I see you all, and I'm glad that we are on this journey together. One of the things I always say to myself, and anybody who knows me well and has stayed around me knows I talk to myself quite a bit, is I imagine us 10 years from now. Those are some of the things that keep me going. 10 years from now, when we would say, oh, I remember when we were at that level doing this or that, and see the results that we have now. So for the joy that is ahead, we're paying the price today. So well done. And thank you for being here. Today, our text is Proverbs chapter 5. We are with the Message translation. A few people sent me private messages asking what translation we use on WISER. It is the Message. That is our core translation that we use because it is simple to understand. It is more modern. I think it is interpreted with the context of present day reality, without losing the essence and without losing the truth of the word. So personally, that's what I like to use for my study. I like to use the Message, and I like to use Amplified. In a place like this, I love to stick with the Message. Let me just mention a few more names and then we jump into it. Olabisi, I see you. Karis, Ogechi, Joyce, Simeon, Gift Josiah, Yinlayefa, Egbo Chinyere, Ogusa Okoro, Tochukwu, Obalu, Kelechi, William Wanko. I think those are the names I haven't mentioned yet. All right, so let's jump into the text. Dear friend, I love the way wisdom speaks to us as friends. Wisdom actually, it doesn't seem condescending, doesn't shout at us or seem insulting. Wisdom speaks to us who are not yet wise with some level of dignity and respect. This came alive to me one of these days I was studying. I was like, wisdom actually speaks to us respectfully. Dear friend, dear friend, dear friend. So can I also imbibe that in my life where I constantly will refer to people as dear friend? Not only not the my friend, my friend, not that my friend. It is, can we accord some level of respect to everyone that is around us, including people that we want to teach, people we mentor, people we coach, people who look up to us, people who are, as it were, lower than us, subordinates to us? Can we extend that kind of courtesy to them? Wisdom always does. Say, dear friend, it's courtesy, it's camaraderie, it's putting us all, it's rapport, putting us all in the same space. Dear friend, pay close attention to this, my wisdom. Listen very closely to the way I see it. Then you'll acquire a taste for good sense. If you try to see things from my point of view as wise, as wisdom, then it will become better for your good sense. Stop trying to see things from your point of view. See them from mine. What I tell you will keep you out of trouble. So if we will be kept out of trouble in 2022, we will do what wisdom says, because we will now have a taste for good sense, no matter how unpopular it is. Sometimes what wisdom is asking us to do will not be the popular thing, but we will become used to it and have a taste for it until it becomes us. It becomes our brand. It becomes a way of life. I was listening to a woman I respect in 2017. Was that 16 or 17? We had a close sit out with her, about 30 of us. Tara Feladurotoye called some of us her mentees and brought her mentor, Ibukun Awoshika, to have lunch with her and interact. And she was on this issue of integrity in Nigerian businesses, where a lot of people say, if you don't give an egunje or this or that, it just really can't work. And she had said in her organization, the Chair Center, she had always said she wouldn't give. She didn't give. So there was a company she was to deliver chairs to, furniture, office furniture to, and it was running into millions. It was, I think, total of maybe over 40 million. More about that. It was a big ticket. And somebody within the organization said, you have to sort us. This is our commission, our percentage. And she said, I'm sorry, I don't do that. If at the end of the day I decide to come say, oh, thank you for giving me your business, or at the end of the year we give you a corporate gift or something, fine, but not that I will give you this for you. No, I won't do that. And they said, okay, now you go chop your eye. And she lost the job. She said it was so hurtful, because that job would have, I think, opened doors to some others, and they had already invested in it. She had already put money down. She had started production. It was very painful. I think it was on that particular one she cried throughout a 6-hour flight. She was coming back from the UK or so, or Spain or somewhere, when she was told that they had lost that job, and she wept all through. Of course, the mind will say, why don't you just go back and give it to them and get your job? And she says, no, it's a way of life I'm trying to build here. I will stay with it. And it was painful. It was hurtful. They lost some money. It was a lot. But guess what? Word travels. After a while, some people from that organization said to other people in other organizations, they give you. So at some point, when people began to come to her, it was with, and we know you don't give, Sha. So we're giving it to you because, well, we hear your work is some of the best. She's like, okay. Anyway, 17 years later, gosh, somebody say 17. 17 years is not 7 days. It's not beans. Look, it's not yam. 17 years later, that same organization called her back and also made reference to what transpired but couldn't take off. And now when they gave her this ticket, this job, this contract, it was in excess, way bigger than what would have happened. But of course, 17 years. 17 what? 17 solid years went by. That one story is one of my anchors. It's one of the things I hold on to. That if you want to acquire the taste of the way wisdom asks us to do work, it will cost us something. 17 solid years. So when wisdom is saying here, let me go back. Let me scroll back just a moment. It says, you will acquire a taste. Acquiring a taste takes time. Acquiring a taste is not something that happens overnight. For some of us who did not, maybe we grew up not eating a particular kind of soup. Some of us, I've heard people say, oh, I never ate a goosey soup when I was growing up. I didn't like it. But, when I went to live with this, my auntie or this, my uncle, and the way they were cooking their own egusi soup, I began to gradually like it. At the first time, second time, and before you know it, after a few weeks, months, I began to eat the egusi soup or okra soup. For some people, it's draw. Oh, I could never stand draw soup before. But when this particular person made it for me, or when I ate it at this place, okay. And then I gradually began to eat it. And after a while, it's now like my best soup. Some of us have had experiences like that. We were acquiring a taste. Some of us, when we started the Fit Farm life, so when you started drinking green tea, or you reduced sugar, or you started eating wheat bread, it was horrible. Ugh. But you kept at it. Now, when you eat the regular bread, it's almost like, are you serious? How was I eating this before? Or when you reduced oil in your food, it was like, the food was so bland. Or you reduced salt, it was so horrible. Initially, it was like, am I going to cope? But you stayed with it. You stayed with it. Now 6 years have gone by, and I'm like, how was I eating that food with so much salt? Now, when you eat food that has a lot of salt, your whole body's like, oh, the salt is too much. But that's the quantity of salt you used to eat before. You've gotten an acquired taste. You've acquired a new taste. It took time. It took commitment, dedication, staying with it. So acquiring taste for wisdom. So that's why I would say to us, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up when you fall off the wisdom train. Don't beat yourself up. Just say, well, I messed up, I'm getting back. Because in acquiring taste, once in a while, you might want to go back to your old taste. Because when you beat yourself up, you tend to slow the process down and wallow in it. Don't beat yourself. Just say, this has happened. I forgive me. I move on. I forgive myself. I move on. I forgive myself. I move on. And you can go back to learn what happened that took you off track in the first place. If you will take time to look at the situation, you might be able to identify, oh, it happened because I was hanging out with this person that period, and she was always talking this way, and that was when I got influenced. Okay, so I need to be careful. Okay, it happened because if you look closely, you would find many times, more often than not, you will find that trigger that helped you or aided you in falling off the wagon. And then you jump back on. Verse 3-6 says, the lips of a seductive woman are so sweet. Ooh, seductive woman or man are so sweet. You're the honey in my tea, the sugar in my tea, the cockroach in my cupboard. How soft words are all so smooth. But it won't be long before she becomes gravel in your mouth, or he becomes gravel in your mouth, pain in your gut, a wound in your heart. They're seducing you for something. Oh, if you just give us this egunje, you'll be all right. Oh, if you would just come away with me, everything will be fine. Oh, if you would only just come and let's go and beat up that HR manager, it's so sweet. But it won't be long before it becomes gravel. Oh, if you would just copy write this expo on your hand or fit, it will seem so good, but it will become pain in your gut, a wound in your heart. And it's true. When you step out of line and you do something that is against, let me use the word, against righteousness, no matter how nice it feels, give it time. It will become like a wound in your gut. It will hurt you. Now, this is where I like to establish that I don't believe with any part of me. I believe with all my heart. Let me flip it this way. I believe with all my heart that God doesn't punish us for our wrongs. I believe our wrongs punish us. It is the wrong itself that punishes us. Here's what I mean. If you steal from your company and you are found out, and you say, God, have mercy on me. His mercy is his grace, his mercy and grace are sufficient. But the company law says that if you are caught doing this, you will be jailed for 4 years. That's not God. That's the act itself that is causing you to be jailed. It is not God. So saying, oh God, no, God is like, I'm not punishing you. So when I fall prey to the seductive man or the seductive woman, after a while, it is not God punishing me, it is the act itself. If I am caught, if I am exposed, it is the shame or the embarrassment that comes from what was done, not from God. So don't mix the two. So when wisdom is warning us, wisdom is telling us when you do it, you expose yourself to the effects that come with it. And those effects are not palatable. So I'm trying to protect you. Wisdom is trying to keep us from danger. So wisdom is saying, just do walk on this my own path. It might seem initially difficult, but then you will get used to it. You will acquire a taste for doing things my way. So I'm asking you to just hold on through and get the taste. When you finally have the taste for it, it becomes easier. Hold on through the taste building days. When your body wants to revolt, just say, I'm acquiring a new taste, right? Because the words of the seductress, the words of the seducer are so sweet. They keep calling, but it is heading straight for hell and taking you with her. I forbid. She hasn't a clue about real life or about who she is or where she's going. Now, that seductress, that seducer, they don't know where they're going. And even if they know where they're going, they're going to the place of destruction. So don't go with them, no matter how nice. So, my friend, my dear friend, my sister, my brother, call your name right now. So, Joyce, listen closely, my love. Listen. Don't treat my words casually. Keep your distance from such a woman. It's don't say she's my friend, she's my cousin, he's my what's the word? He's the one paying my bills, he's my everything. Oh, he's my uncle. Keep your distance. Absolutely stay out of his neighborhood, out of her neighborhood, because there will always be a reason to be around them if you are in the same neighborhood. So just go away. Just stay away. That's the part that will hurt you. That's severity. That's severing. That's severance. Is it severance? Yes, that's severance. That's severing the relationship. It will hurt you, but stay away. Keep your distance. You don't want to squander your wonderful life. Your life may not look wonderful now, but wisdom, I'm telling you that your life is wonderful. To waste your precious life among the hard-hearted, why should you allow strangers take advantage of you? Now, strangers here may not be strangers in reality, as it were. Strangers mean people who are not going to the same place as you, people who are not on your journey. Strangers who don't understand the pact that you have made with your future. Strangers who don't understand the vision and the dream that you have for yourself. You know, I shared with my team the other day. I saw this on Instagram, I think, some weeks ago, where somebody said that your calling in life was not a group call. That your call was not a group call. So don't be shocked or surprised or sad when other people don't understand it. They were not on the call with you. So you're the one who understands your calling in life. You understand your purpose. You understand your dreams, your desire. You've written them what you want to do. Don't let somebody who doesn't know it, who is a stranger, steal that from you by what they seem to be able to offer in the now. His words are so sweet. Right now, he's paying all your bills. It looks good. He's giving you Forex. She's giving you succor. She's telling you, just stay in that group and be giving me all their information. Just be spying on them and be telling me, don't worry, I'll take care of you. It seems okay now. She's telling you, you're in this organization. I've been here much longer than you. I've been here for 16 years. I know how everything here works. So you just Be friends with those people and be feeding me the information. I'll know what to do and I'll take care of you. It will soon turn bad. That's a stranger to your destiny. She was not there with you when you had decided years ago that in the organization you would work with loyalty and integrity. She was not there when you had a pact. So when she's now saying to you, your next promotion is guaranteed because of the information you'll be feeding me from that department. No, she can actually die tomorrow. Who controls her life? So the temptation is for us to be so attached to that possible promotion that, oh, for the promotion's sake, let me just keep feeding her the information. For the rent's sake, oh, he's going to give me rent next week. My landlord has already called me twice, and this guy has promised me he will give me my rent. So let me just stay around him for the next 2 weeks. The difficult part is where we will say things like, if I perish, I perish. If the rent doesn't come, the rent doesn't come. I'll go and lie down on the ground and roll for the landlord. I say, Oga, madam, I don't know where your money is. Just please, anything. That's usually just the challenge. And you see what I say to myself, those who say, if I perish, I perish, never really perish. Even if they perish to the flesh, they never really perish to the world. They remain with us. So I say it to me to remind myself, so that where there should ever be a distraction or a falling off, I come back and I say, look, Joyce, if you perish, you perish. Wisdom is saying, take on this life. Take on this life. You know that budget should not be padded, but it has been the way things have been done in this organization since time Imo River. We've been padding. Now you're here. You are the CFO. You know that this is off. In fact, you have known since you were deputy or assistant or you were heading, but it was not your call. Now it is your call. Wisdom is saying, don't allow strangers take advantage of you. Strangers were not there when you had your pact. Strangers were not on WISER with you when you came and you wrote and you said in 2022, I would do it by the book. Don't be exploited by those who care nothing for you. They seem like they care. In fact, they may actually believe that they care, but because they will not still get you to your El Dorado, your promised land, then they don't really care. At that time, you are a stopgap for them too. You are helping them satisfy something for the now. Don't be exploited by those who care nothing for you. You don't want to end your life full of regrets, nothing but sin and bones. Not skin and bones, sin and bones. Saying, oh, why didn't I do what they told me? Why did I reject a disciplined life? Why didn't I listen to my mentors or take my teachers seriously? My life is ruined. I haven't one blessed thing to show for my life. That's the reason I don't mind. The reason I like this, in fact, the reason I like this is wisdom is giving us the opportunity to see what could be if we don't stay on the path. Why do I want to get to age 65 and every day I'm sitting on my chair and I'm moving my legs and all I'm saying to myself is, why didn't I listen? They told me, oh, why didn't I listen? So please, can we all agree to listen now? Can we all agree to listen now? I will listen now. The best time to pay the price is now. The best time to pay the price is now. The best time to pay the price is now. The best time to pay the price is now. It's now. I will listen. I will listen. I will listen. I will listen. And therefore, I will have blessed things to show for my life. I will have blessed things to show for my life. I will have blessed results to show for my life. Come December 2022, I will have results to show for my life because I will listen, because as I'm listening now, I will stay the course. I will hold on through. I will do, I will go through the process of acquiring taste. I will go through the process of acquiring the new taste. I will stay with it until the bland becomes my sweet. I will stay with it until the straight and narrow becomes my highway. I will stay with it until the life I want becomes my reality. I will stay with it. Now, it could include any of the decisions you have always made, but you've not really committed to. I will stay with it for the joy of the results. For the joy of the results. I had said I would read one book every month. So now, can I break it down to a tinier step and say I would read one page a day? Look, no matter how sweet the book is, once I get to the end of my one page, I close it. The next day, I open my one page again, I close it. The next day, I open my one page again, I close it. And if by the end of 30 or 31 days, I have not finished the book, it is fine. I read 31 pages, which before I would not have read because I was so set on finishing one book. Can we do that? Can I say, for the taste acquiring season, I will stick with one page a day. Just one page. One page. Just one page. Just one page a day. Just one page a day. One page a day. So that's 30 pages a month. A lot of books are up to 100 pages. So I already know I won't finish the book in the month, which is fine. But guess what? I would have finished the book in 3 months, which is better than what I have done so far. I'm speaking to someone. Some people have said, I will read a book a month. And at the end of the year, you realize you read none because you were holding on to the big goal that was too difficult. Now we're breaking it down. One page a day. One page a day. Can I find... Now, I'm careful to say, can I find an accountability partner? Because I don't want you to get hung up on doing things because someone is keeping you accountable. I want us to get to the point where we keep ourselves accountable, where it is my decision. I am acquiring my taste. So I set my reminder, taste acquiring session, read one book, read one page, read one page, read one, read one page. I say one page, one page, oh, read one page, read one page, read one page, only one page. Only one page. And when you read that one page, you celebrate yourself. I read one page. I read one page. Oh, I read one page. Tomorrow I will read one page. In the year, guess what? You may have actually read 3 books. More importantly, you would have taken learnings out of the book. In fact, I think it would have been easier for you to begin to imbibe the learnings in the book when you were taking one page at a time, and you will ponder on it and you will say it makes sense. And it's easier for you to go and repeat a page rather than rush to 2 chapters. And at the end of the 2 chapters, what did you read? I don't even remember what. I'm not even sure. But I finished 2 chapters, sir, and the book is done. Huh? Who yep? One page. One page. The seductress will say to you, a whole you, 34 years of age, all you can do is only one page? Oh, come on. Come off it. If you can't finish a chapter in a day, why even bother? Look at you. You have a full degree and now you're coming down to the level of only one page. Oh, come off it. That's what the seductress will say to you in your mind. So if you can't do a whole chapter, a whole book, can you just drop it? And please, one day you will finally read one whole book. Oh, come on. People your age don't make such silly commitments. That's what the seductress in your mind will be telling you. But you will tell her, Mechonu, Mechano. I'm sticking with my one page. I'm not going to let you, a stranger, come into my mind. My one page. That's all that matters. One page a day. Can we agree that this is what we're doing? And now I'm speaking particularly to those who have had a challenge with reading because you've not been able to finish, so you stopped. That's who I'm speaking to specifically. Can we also agree that I will stick with that one book until I have learned something from it? So, meaning, if at the end of 185 days, I have finally finished the book, but I didn't learn anything from it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to start again with the same book. If I had taken the book to learn something from it, and I didn't learn anything because for some reason I wasn't just connecting, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to start again because I will learn from this book. This book was written for my benefit, right? I will learn and I will start one page a day again. And at the second time, I'll be like, is it the same book I read? I didn't notice this before. Repetition, the law of deep and lasting impression. Repetition, the law of deep and lasting impression. Repetition. Wow. And do you know that's how you can read that book 3 times in the year? And that's the only book you read. But guess what? You have learned something, something enough that will be life-changing for you. This is December. This year, I think I've read 3 books. 3 real books. I've read Promised Land by Obama. I've read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Of course, besides some of the other ones, I opened to dabble to pick one information or the other. And now I'm reading The Chancellor. Staying with them. With the Obama one, I think I was doing what was I doing? 1 chapter a day or something like that. But stay with it until you learn. And as I was reading, I was taking notes. There are different decisions I have made this year from the books. Oh, therefore I will be this. Oh, 7 habits. Habit number 1, proactive. So Joyce, in this situation, have you become proactive? And the truth is the truth. There are times I look and say, oh, this thing didn't work because you were not proactive. You waited to react. So now, how can you be proactive? Okay, speak to this person, do this, take this action. This one is not looking good, but that is what proactivity will require. I will be proactive. So get back and read it again. Go for win-win, not win-lose. Start with the end. Begin with the end in mind. Wow. Look, don't drop it until you've learned. That's that for that. I'm glad that many of us are on the table and the table is shaking until it has broken. Never take love for granted. Verse 15 says, do you know the saying, drink from your own rain barrel? Draw water from your own spring-fed well? It's true. Otherwise, you may one day come home and find your barrel empty and your well polluted. Drink from your own. Take love from your own. Else, if you keep going around, one day you will come back and find that this your own has even been spoilt. Your spring water is for you and only you, not to be passed around among strangers. Your love is supposed to be shared with you and the person you say you love, whether your spouse, your children. You can't take care of other people's children more than you take care of your own. No, that's what wisdom is saying here. Bless your fresh flowing mountain. Enjoy the wife you married as a young man. Enjoy the husband you married as a young woman. Lovely as an angel, beautiful as a rose. Don't ever quit taking delight in her body. Let her body be your delight. The moment you start looking for other bodies, there's problem. Never take her love for granted. Never take her love for granted. Her love is manifested in different ways. The way she waits on you, the way she prepares for you. Why would you trade enduring intimacies for cheap thrills with anyone else? Either you pay them or you don't. Cheap thrills for dalliance with a promiscuous stranger. I hope I got that pronunciation right. Dalliance. Let me check. Y'all know I'm gonna check. Dalliance. Let's check. Dalliance. You see? Dalliance. For dalliance with a promiscuous stranger, it can be sweet to just say, see, with this one, this person can know how to hang on the fan. I'm looking for a fan hanger, a pole raiser, an earth shaker. Go and teach your own how to hang on fan. Can you please get a fan hanging instructor that will teach all of us how to hang on fan? That cheap thrill with a stranger will spoil the one here. Confront the issue and talk about it. Address the truth, not make assumptions. Water your own garden. I was speaking with somebody not too long ago, and we got into a deep part of the conversation about whether, sometimes you come to your wife and she's not wet. So it's like she doesn't want you. And I said, what time of the month was that? What was happening in her cycle? He's like, I don't know. Cycle. Does cycle have anything to do with it? That shows how ignorant you are, oh gentleman. Hello. Do you know there are times in the month where even if she's excited, there will be no juice because her hormones are just not reacting or responding. That's why you have something called a lubricant. They sell it in pharmacies, water-based. It's about 1,500 naira and will last you a few months. Go and buy it rather than just putting up stupid things and saying that 25-year-old out there is always wet. Her hormones and your 46-year-old hormones are not the same. Wait until that 25 turns 46. You see that the body is behaving the same. Hello. And it's not only about how she's feeling in her mind, her biology. But you see, you've not dealt with the issue, the right knowledge. Why could she? Can you please? You see, wisdom says, pan for it like gold. Search for a understanding. Sell everything and buy the knowledge. And instead, you will fall into problem and say, well, you see, let me go and look for 22-year-old whose hormones are still doing Jackery Bobo. You don't care for that 22-year-old for real. You just want her wetness. And now I'm talking about guys. It's the same for the other way. So get wisdom and say, okay, let's buy the lube. But because word on the streets, guy talk has been like, oh, if you can't get her wet, you're not correct. So because she's not wet, you're feeling like you're not correct. So you want to go to the person that you are correct. That's now ego. Let's call it spade a spade. They are now on an ego trip. Meanwhile, you've changed nothing. That 26-year-old is not even you that caused her to be wet. She's wet because her hormones are all right. It has little or nothing to do with you. Oh ye. Fountain creator. No, you're not. It's not that deep. Buy the lube. Talk about it. Are you feeling this way? But you see, when we don't talk, we're not panning for gold. I know that our typical society doesn't introduce us to talking about some of these issues. It rather just, don't talk. See, that's why we are wiser now. So you will look for 5 W's and 1 H. When is the right time to talk about it? Who can I ask for help? Please, Google is okay. Because everything nice on Google. Yeah. When? What can I do? How can I do it? Then even he's finding that the instrument is not really working like it used to work. Guy, you are 46. You are 39. Don't think you are 24. It's called biology. Is nothing wrong with you. Don't say it's the woman. It's not. It's just how your body is. It's not going to work the same all your life. At some point, it will change gear. You go from gear 5 to gear 4. And depend on the kind of food you're eating, the kind of thing you're watching, kind of exercises and things you're doing, it can also try and come back to gear 5 at, once in a while. Even your heart muscles is changing. So if it's on gear 5 all the time, it can give you heart attack. Things are changing. But can we please talk about the truth as the truth and know how to pan to make the most of it? And to say, this is my reality, so how can we make the most of it? Wisdom is saying, search for it with all your heart, with all your life. Sell everything you have and buy the truth. Get wisdom. That's way you would see your relationship get renewed because you were able to deal with it. In the days of, look, don't talk to me anyhow, I'm not your mate. Oh, don't talk to me anyhow, I'm not your mate. Oh, don't talk to me anyhow, I'm not your mate. Now all the children have gone away and it's both of you back. Or, look, can we now finally go and Google how not to be angry when somebody tells you the truth? How not to be angry when somebody please, can you please Google it right now? Because I know me, Joyce, one of the things I had the biggest problem with in my life is when somebody confronts me with the truth and shows me my weakness. Oh, I hated it with all my heart and I will fight you back. But I had to start learning that, Joyce, if you will grow, you'll need to take this on with your full chest. Let somebody tell you, that wasn't quite good. And you say, oh, thank you for telling me. Thank you for bringing it to my attention so I can grow. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do in my life. To remove my shoulder pad and bring the shoulder down. Oh my God. But it's also one of the things that has helped me grow. And you know it, that every time someone has told you the truth and it hurt you, when you still held on to the truth, it cost you to grow. So can we just agree? I will take the pain. I will take the pain. You see that methylated spirit, that iodine that they pour on wound, and when they pour it, you will scream. "Ah!" But after that, you now see that the wound starts to dry. I will take the pain. Pour the iodine, pour that tincture, pour the spirit. You will scream, it will hurt you. But after you look at it and the wound begins to heal. But if you had been covering the wound, maybe you were even rubbing, you were just covering it. You didn't want anybody to look at it or touch it. After a while, the wound starts smelling. It has even become something else. Pus has started coming out. Before it was ordinary bites. Now it has turned into sore. Pour that iodine. So when somebody says the truth to you in correction, no matter how they say it, whether they say it rudely, now that's not the matter. They say it anyhow, because see, some nurses and some doctors, when they appoint out iodine, they don't do it with love. They do it as duty. Some will say, don't worry, madam, don't worry, we're almost there. Just turn your head this way and let me just pat it dry. Some will say, madam, what is it now? I better put your hand, let me put. Are you a baby? See, whether anything they say, that iodine is going to heal that wound. So whether they say it to you nicely or they don't say it to you nicely is not the issue. They've said a truth to you that will hurt you. Just hold it and I'll chest this one. Just it. I don't care if they shouted it in front of the whole office. They said it in. I mean, if she had called me to her office, I would have taken it, but I won't take it now that she shouted in front of you. I think the nurse was shouting at you the last time when they were rubbing iodine. What's your own? Come, what's your own? So they shouted, Look, I've said those kind of things. No, I won't take that. If they wanted to say it to me for my good, they would have called me privately. Hello. Private or open. Hello. Chest it with your full chest. Your full chest. Take it and say, this is for my benefit. This is for my growth. Promiscuity will get me nowhere. Eating out of my own vineyard away match will not help me. In fact, it will take away from me. Can I just agree with that, please? And be okay. Thank you. Verse 21. Mark well that God doesn't miss a move you make. He's looking at you. He's aware of every step you take. He wants to guide you and guard you. But the shadow of your sin will overtake you. It is not God that blocks your way. It's the shadow that the sin causes, the lie that you have to tell to cover up the lie and the cheating that you have to do to cover up the lie and the cheating, the relationship that you have to destroy to cover the lie those are the things that will overtake you, but not God. God is not setting you in traps. God is not setting traps. God is actually looking at me. Joyce, God is looking at you, trying to protect you. Stop letting the shadow of wrong actions cover you. Joyce. Because God is actually right there. Wisdom is actually right there trying to protect me. Remember, wisdom says she's everywhere on the street. She's actually shouting out, I'm here. I am here. Take my advice. Go back home. I know you've been married for 88 years. Go back home. Stop making excuses. Go home, have the conversation, find something exciting to do. Go and bring out that Ludo board and play Ludo the way you used to play Ludo when you were 22. Can you please play some Ludo or Snake and Ladder or do name, place, animal thing and laugh? Okay, go and look. Go to NTA. Go to NTA and go and tell them they should look for those old Zebrudaya that you used to watch to laugh. Since now you don't understand all the things that played on TV. Can you please make that attempt? Go to NTA. They will find those VHS tapes for you. Then you will look for somebody who will convert the VHS tapes and extract something and put it on hard drive for you. You can put on your smart TV, and you will now watch and you will laugh. Look at Ovleria and you will laugh again. Maybe that's the one that you make. Go and bring it out. Go on. Can you please make the attempt? God is saying, try. Don't say, we're just... Y'all know what we're talking about. Y'all know. Today is Sunday. Let's not get too violent. Let's just take it easy. Today's Sunday. After breaking the table, we're now saying today's Sunday. The shadow of your sin will overtake you. You'll find yourself stumbling all over yourself in the dark if you're not careful. Death is the reward of an undisciplined life. The death of the relationship, the death of your trust, the death of people believing in you, the death of this or the death of that. It may not be physical death, but death, the end to something, is the reward for an undisciplined life. Your foolish decisions actually trap you in the end. It's not God, it's the foolish decisions. They've checked my blood sugar. They've said I am borderline. So please reduce eating rice, reduce eating, they've given the list. But you're now coming to falsify evidence by saying things like, God will make a way. That's falsifying evidence. That's telling a lie, because God did not say he will take you away from the illness when you eat the food that they told you not to eat. He said good sense will follow you when you pay attention to wisdom. Now, good sense, wisdom is saying you have crossed 29 years old. And once you cross 29, is it 29 or 25? Your body doesn't secrete insulin like it did pre-25. This is pure science. I think it's 25, not 35 even. Please somebody Google it and check the age when insulin production begins to drop in the body, or where the hormone, it's not a hormone. Is it a hormone? Are those things hormones? Lactase. So lactase, your body is not secreting lactase as it did before 25. So they've said to you, reduce lactose containing meals. reduce your taking of milk every day to maybe once or twice a week. You say, no, in the name of God, that will never happen. I have God on my side. with God, I can do the impossible. No, that's lie. That's a lie. God said you are in the world, even though you're not of the world. So please, can you please obey worldly instruction? Why aren't you having your bath with water that is boiling at 100 degrees centigrade? Why don't you bathe with that one, since you can do all the possible? Why don't you let the water boil? You know that water that is boiling. Why don't you bathe with that one? Because your head is correct. So can your head be correct in all the other aspects too? They've said reduce this here, reduce this, introduce this, and you say no, 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 no. I have God. God is like, you can't choose when you have me. And okay, you have me when they say don't eat cake, or they didn't even say don't eat cake. They just say reduce the frequency. So can you choose that you eat cake once every 6 weeks and be okay? Then now, when it's hot water, you say you don't have me. That one, you use your sense and run away. Can you please make up your mind? You by yourself, oh, you will see lorry, trailer coming down the road. You will run. Why don't you have me at that time? I say, with God, I can withstand. So you just be crossing the road without looking left and right. So why are you choosing when you have me and when you don't have me? What's wrong with you? Eh? They'll tell you that water, or there's crocodile inside, you didn't put your leg inside. But I had you. I was with you. Why didn't you say, God is with me, I'll put my leg? Just because they told you crocodile is inside. Now they say, reduce bread you're eating. You're saying you're with me. Stop doing this to me. Stop confusing. What am I? What am I? You pick me when you want me. That's what some of us do, you know. Death comes at the end when we make foolish decisions. So, for someone, one of the wisest decisions you will make in 2022 might be to sell your television, because you know that that's one of the biggest problems you have. As long as that TV is there, you won't read, you won't. As soon as you come, you put it on and you are glued. You will sell it. In fact, you will sell it as Christmas giveaway. I know you bought the TV 200K. You will sell it for 100 sef, because you just realize this TV has to go. For some people, you will sell that TV and maybe buy a bookshelf and put where that TV was for a time and a season. I don't know. It's you. Well, it's your life. For some of us, you would delete some apps. For some, you would change location. I don't. You're the one who knows. Your mind has already been telling you what you should do to stay away from and where to go. You already know. So do it. Can you please just do it now? Just do it. Just Nike. It. Just do it. For some of us, all you need to do is to change your mattress. That back pain, they've been telling you, oh, get a better mattress. I beg, I beg. What up? Okay, the mattress is 200,000. Save 20,000 every month for 10 months. But it might not even have been the money. It might just have been the discipline of it. Just, you're just not taking yourself seriously enough to actually just buy that orthopedic mattress. Or you say orthopedic, the thing too strong, I beg. For what? To make your body better? Come on. Come on, girl. Come on, guy. I beg, I beg, I beg. That mattress very strong, like say I do. Who I beat? I beg, make them leave me. Make person they come, they massage me. Meanwhile, you're in pain. And you're 39. You're not 16 again, oh. You know, sometimes these things are so small. So they're so subtle. I just pull your attention to it. So the pain has been there. What is causing the pain? Sometimes you say, let me go and see a physiotherapist. But you say, they could charge me 5,000 naira consultation fee. On top what now? So that's how you have carried that pain for 3 years, just because you don't want to pay 5,000 or 15,000 consultation fee. Come on. He's saying that your foolishness will cost you. That's a foolish decision. It will trap you in a dead end. That pain has been there. See somebody, let them even just do an x-ray and see what it might be. Like, I used to have some massive pains one time, and I finally talked to a physiotherapist then, bless her soul. And she asked me 2 questions. And please, I'm not now telling you that that's what is causing your pain. No, go and talk to your own physiotherapist. She asked me several questions. Amongst them, one of them was, do you walk with your bare feet at home all the time? I said, yes, that's one of the things I love the most in my life till today, to walk with bare feet, especially on tiles. Oh my God. Whether tiles or rug, I like to walk with my bare feet outside. Oh, my mother, she flogged me for this life, for Joyce running outside without slippers. For, oh, children, they won't kill us. So I said, yes, I love it. She said, okay. Do you bathe with cold water? I said, yes. Oh, at that time I was a cold water. She said, now stop the two of them. Stop bathing with cold water and stop walking with your bare feet. Do this for 1 month and let's see what happens. Eh? I said, Ma, you say? So I have to be wearing slippers every time in the house. And I started wearing slippers and I started bathing with warm water. And in a month, the pains had all reduced. And she said, from everything I asked you, I felt those two might have been part of the cause. Let my foolishness not kill me. Let my wisdom give me life. Do you see? So by the time I adopted and adapted to and began to acquire the taste for the wisdom that this physiotherapist brought me, my body is better. Then I couldn't squat. I couldn't squat. I couldn't even attempt. My leg, I was in so much pain. See me now holding even 40 kg bar and I will squat well because my bones. Remember what he said, wisdom will make your bones strong. We read that, I think that was on day 3. Wisdom will give you life. She will add years to you. Literally add years to you. Even when I was going to lock my hair, I went on YouTube, I studied all manner, the different lock mechanisms, whether it's palm rolling or this, what will work for your kind of hair, this and that and that. Oh, why this person, what that did. Just to get the right one that will give me the results I seek. Remember, like we're panning for gold. There is nothing like over knowing. Know as much as you can. Find the solution. Stick with the godly wisdom. Take action. Don't be a storer of knowledge. Some of us have been in that trap of storing knowledge. We know so much, but we don't do. No, we will begin to do from today. What can you do today that is different and better? Something you had said you would do before, but you haven't really done or you haven't been consistent with. What's that one thing you can do today, Sunday? Can you please just do it today? And when you have done it, please celebrate your success. Get in the habit of celebrating your successes. Don't talk down on your success. I said today I would drink 1 liter of water. I have drank it. Put it on your WhatsApp status and say, everybody celebrate with me. I drank my 1 liter of water today. Do it. That way, it gives you more energy to do it the next day. But you say, okay, I drank it now. Okay, I tried. I beg, it was not easy. The way I was weeing everywhere. You're now pouring dirt on your good work. Don't do that. Celebrate your success. Send yourself a love message if you want. For those of us who have 2 phones, take one phone and send to the other phone and say, I celebrate you. You see me, sometimes I go on my Instagram and I celebrate me and I say, oh, how, and that's the truth. I do it to people who know me. I can stand in front of a mirror. Hey. I think I will do a little this morning. Stand in front of the mirror and appreciate myself. Appreciate myself for being consistent with WISER. Oh, I will do it today. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll think of 1 or 2 things that I have done right, and I would appreciate myself today. And that way, it'll be easier for me to repeat tomorrow. So as we say goodbye for now, this evening at 7 p.m., we'll be live again to answer the questions that have come into the WhatsApp groups so far. Some people have asked a few questions. I will try not to take questions during the call. We hope to make it just 1 hour, 7 to 8 tonight. And we will try to see if we can make it every Sunday, where the questions that you drop in the groups through the week, we'll come back on Sunday evening and deal with them. You know, last year we had several evening sessions, but one of the takeaways for me in looking back was I was so exhausted. So I said, no, this year, don't get exhausted. December is a busy season for work. So how can you make it better? We looked at it and used the 5 W's and H. What can we do to improve? Just one evening session. If we need to increase to 1 or 2, we'll announce it. But this evening by 7, we will be here live. If you're free, please click in. If you're in the WhatsApp groups and you have a pressing question that has to be responded to, especially in line with what we've been talking about already, please don't ask a question that has not come up so far. Just drop it. I think we've compiled the questions we've seen already so far. There are a few of them, and we'll deal with them extensively by the grace of God. Enjoy your Sunday. Have a wonderful service. For those who are Christian and are going to church, for those who are not Christians and are not going to church today, please, I hope amidst all you do, you actually get some rest. I hope. And of course, even for those who are going to church, please try and get some rest. Try and get some rest. Let me shake one small table before you go. Don't, for the sake of, should I shake the meeting? Should I shake the table? Don't, for the sake of women fellowship meeting, deacon leaders meeting, sacrifice all your rest to. Sometimes you will say that deacon's meeting till another month. This today, I'm going to rest. And you will go home and you will lie down and you will sleep and you relax and you will laugh with the people who are your family members. If not, Monday to Saturday, you are at work. Saturday, you're going for a program. You are doing this. Sunday, after service, you still stay back and do all the deacon's meeting. Just use your sense. use your sense. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye for now. Thank you so much for being with me today. I'm so glad that you are here. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell icon to get notifications every time I post a new video so that you miss out on nothing. See you again. Bye for now.
Like a tree planted by water, shall you be, son, daughter. You'll bear fruit in season, you'll prosper like a tree planted by water.